Kathren, you're homeless here in San Diego.
I am.
Tell me about it.
Well, I was in my car, and then I ended up in a shelter in the Barrio Logan, the Safe New Family Shelter. It's through Alpha Project. I've been there for a few months now with my son. He's 11 years old. And then I'm out here painting with friends sometimes just to kind of keep him out of trouble and everything. But it's been pretty hard. We had a domestic violence issue which brought us here. But we're working through it.
And you're safe now?
We are safe, yes.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure, because we wouldn't put anybody at risk. So you're actually staying in a shelter?
Yes, I am.
And with your son?
Yes.
Family shelter?
Mm-hmm.
I was a family case manager, and sure, right when we start the interview, the bikes start, the motorcycles, right?
Yes.
What's it like what's it like being a parent?
It's hard because there's so many different parenting styles. We were in the Golden Hall for a while, which is a dorm-like setting. And because there's so many different parenting styles, you have to kind of rein in and then also extend your hand with your child and figure out the best way to discipline and take into consideration of what the other children are doing and things like that, and how they're raised and everything. So it's very hard. And then especially watching my son go through, issues like being made fun of because we're homeless, or just the littlest thing, talking about your father and things. It's just really hard to just watch them go through stuff like that.
I was a family case manager in a 40-bed facility that was dormitory style. And it was, 50-50 parents and kids. And having to watch your kid, and like you said, discipline, and when there's other kids around who knows what their parents are doing, I thought was extremely, my heart goes out to you.
Yeah, it's definitely very hard. I kind of became the mommy of the dorm for a while.
What's it like? I mean, people just automatically think, oh, shelters, right? I mean, if you didn't have your kid, would you be in a shelter?
I probably wouldn't. I, honestly like being with my friends, but I don't like not having a shower. So, I definitely, actually I probably would be.
Yeah.
I don't mind the curfews.
You don't mind?
No.
And it's up to each person.
Yes, it is.
Boy, did we pick a noisy spot.
Yes, it is up to each person, and showers are something I'm not willing to give up.
Yeah, that's one thing that I truly miss, or I'm grateful for, as somebody that's formerly homeless, is showers, mm-hmm. and being able to nap.
Yes.
Because you have privacy. So does this shelter are you in a room with mm-hmm. your...
The one that we're in now, in the Barrio Logan, the Alpha Project one, we are in our own room. It's the old Travelodge Hotel that they converted into a shelter. So we have our own room, bathroom, refrigerator, all the good stuff, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And
yeah.
Help us meals.
I can see why you would want to be in a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And my son deserves more, but he doesn't deserve to be out here. So
Yeah. I kind of got caught off guard because I thought you lived outside. I wasn't prepared for shelter questions.
Well, when I come out here on the weekends to sell my art over here in the gas lamp, I do pitch a tent, and I stay in the tent.
Yeah. So let's talk about your art. Mm-hmm. So Dennis, who runs an art outreach,
yes,
just picked up your painting.
Yes, Dennis Larkin.
And so we can't show it. I'll try to show it sometime, somehow, because we don't edit these. How does art help you?
It just kind of calms my nerves, and it helps me make money, of course. So I've sold a piece for $10 to $300. It just depends on, who's walking up at that moment, how hungry I am.
Right. You fluctuate the prices depending on the need
Yes.
and probably the buyer.
Yes, this is true. Yes, this is true.
Right, if a buyer pulls up in a Porsche, you probably charge more than somebody that pulls up in a
Yes, sir.
Toyota or a bicycle. You know, what would you want people to know about homelessness that they probably don't know?
There's a lot of us who are educated and actually do have jobs. We're not all just out here on drugs doing nothing and sitting in a tent. That's one of the biggest issues. I hear a lot of people walking by and just talking mad crap about the people sitting here, and a lot of us do. We have jobs and we have college educations.
Are you working?
I am not right now. I'm just doing the art thing, trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I'm usually a cardiac medical assistant, but unfortunately right now I'm in between jobs because of the domestic violence issue we had.
And what's your future like?
My future is bright. I know that.
Well, you are happy.
I am happy.
Well, you just finished your painting in 27 minutes.
I did. I'm still not happy with it, but I did.
But you're happy you finished it.
Yes, I am. That stress is out there.
But I mean, where do you see yourself after the shelter?
Hopefully back in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath like I was before, working in the cardiac field. Not out here.
Yeah, that's for sure. And with your own art studio.
That would be a really nice plus.
Yeah. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
A safe home for my child and me to be in. Maybe a sensible car, and an art studio.
All great wishes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you very much.